Okay. Hi. Can you all hear me and see me? And shout out to Teardrop. What up? Shout out to all my subscribers, all 40 of you. Wow. Thank you. Well, I guess it's more than 40 now. It's really crazy. In my analytics, my subscriber count, that's not how you say it, subscriber count, it has like my channel's really old and it never gets any like action. So I got like all of you subscribed to my channel in 1 week. So it says like it's has a percentage of like how much it is normally. And it says it's like 2,600% more than usual. So pretty exciting. Let's see if the chat is catching up, if it's working. And then I have a docket. And I also want to hear about X's dream. I'm just waiting for my daughter to finish her homework and then bring it down for me. And I got to check it. And then she's got to get in the shower because she's supposed to be asleep already. But middle school homework is proving to be more of a challenge than elementary school homework. Let me see my chat. Let me put it on live. And then I can see what you guys are saying. Is it working? Can you all hear me? Am I talking to myself? Both could be possible. Dave, it is so good to see you. I hope you are well. No, it's 1,600% more, not 600% more, 1,600% more. Let me see if I can pull it up. My phone is kind of dead, so it's on the charger. Yay, okay, it's working. And I think it's not going to work because this stream is probably eating up all my internet. Well, I think it's a new week, so it might have gone down. Right now it says it's 133% more than the previous 28 days. That's a lot more. Let me see. Nope, not going to be able to read that. Sorry, there was just a loud crash upstairs. My daughter must have dropped something. Oh, speaking of being able to read anything, I miss the Addams Family show too. I actually haven't watched this new show. Has anyone have any feedback on it? Could you imagine? If I kept that level of growth, I would be like, that would be phenomenal. It would be impossible. It only seems that large because my channel was so small before. So if I got like 2 subscribers, it would be like a ton more. Teardrop, I never got your email. You have to give it to me. I don't have it. That's why I never emailed you. Okay, I did watch 1.5 episodes of okay, actually that's a lie. I watched like 75% of one of the Addams Family episode and half of one of the other ones. And you know what? I regret not watching it. You always think you'll have more time, and now it's gone and I can't watch it. And I realize those episodes are probably on the channel and I'm just being lazy, but you know what? I'm not going to go seek them out. Oh, is Sub here? I don't see him in the chat. Oh, Sub, you are here. Hi, I'm so glad you made it. I miss you in the other chat. You haven't been around. We got all the good ones in here. Hi, Jason. Hi, Moore. I'm so glad that you're here, Moore, and that you came back. It is so good to see all of you. Let me look at I can't screen share, so I think I'm going to have to send this to my phone to show you. I have something I really want to show. Stay with me. X, I want to hear about your dream. Oh, I have to turn the Wi-Fi on, the Wi-Fi. Well, what do y'all want to talk about? I have a list of things we can talk about if you don't have any subjects you want to talk about, but most of them are things you probably won't really want to hear about. So if you have something you actually want to hear about, you should say it. Let me see if you can see this on my phone. This is the thumbnail that I made for X for the emergency stream for next time it goes down. I can't screen share. Why? I feel like last time I tried to show my phone, it was easier to see. So just because it was dim. Hang on, let me dim it more. There you go. Well, it's going to be backwards. Did you see it? Oh my God, Greg, it is me. See, it's exactly as I described it. It's walking through the city, a rebel. See? Okay. I'm glad you like it. So if the other stream ever goes down, come to my channel, you see that thumbnail, come on in. So that was what I did with my time the other day, as I made that. And I wanted to tell you guys that when we were driving to Vermont, because I haven't talked to you, well, I've talked to you in the chat, but we haven't live streamed since I went to Vermont. But when I was driving there, we were driving in upstate New York, and we passed like this big cutout, and it's like a Sasquatch and has like red glowing eyes. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. It's a Sasquatch. Like, the chat loves to talk about Sasquatches. And just the night before, I was like, why does everyone talk about Sasquatches? And then like 2 miles later, there's another Sasquatch statue. But that first one was just like a wooden cutout. And this one was like a metal, like really nice artsy sculpture. And it was like a Sasquatch and it had a baby Sasquatch on its back. It was crazy. We were late, or I would have pulled over and made my daughter take pictures with them. It was crazy because I don't really think about Sasquatch that much. And then you guys were talking about it. And then there it was. So I want to tell you guys that somewhere in upstate New York, I don't know why. I don't know the lore. If like the town, if there's a reason there's so many Sasquatches. Oh, thank you. I did just wash my hair, so I'm glad that it looks nice. Yeah, I washed it this morning. It did not look nice. Oh, Stu, look at all you guys in here. That's so cool. Yay, that's so nice. Oh, Z, I want to tell you I watched the show that you recommended. Well, I think I watched 2 episodes of it. I don't know, because I only really get to watch stuff as I'm going to sleep, because otherwise I'm like parenting. So I can only really watch like adult things when my daughter's in bed. So I'll watch it and then I'll fall asleep and then I'll have to go back and watch it. So it's hard to keep track of how many episodes I watched. I think I watched 2 episodes. The last one I watched was with the baby. I have mixed feelings. I think it has potential. I'll keep watching it. Did you say that you liked it? It was the Z Nation. Is he even here? He's not even here. I'll tell him when he gets back. But I did watch it, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. I liked some things. I didn't really get this was like, I think it's called Z Nation. It's a zombie show. Have any of you ever seen it? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen it. So in the second episode, there's like a thing with a baby, and also the zombies, and they introduced this thing that the zombies like noise, like they like rhythmic noises and music. One of the characters has like a locket that plays, it's like a music box, and it plays. Oh, Z, you're here. I'm talking about the show you told me to watch. Did you tell me to watch that because you thought it was good, or just because it was zombies? Do you like that show? Am I going to break your heart telling you criticisms of it? Anyway, I just thought it was weird because they introduced, and it's only the second episode, so I feel like you should have really strong stuff going then. So they introduced a baby in that episode, and then they also introduced the zombies like rhythmic noises. But you know who else really like rhythmic noises? Babies. Like, I don't know if any of you have babies, but babies, that's how you get them to sleep. If you can't like walk them, like they like motion, like people drive their babies in their car. So they like motion, and they like rhythmic noises, because in the womb they can hear your heart beating. So they like steady noises and like white noises and that kind of stuff. So I thought it was weird that they were like oh, we can't have any noise in this episode, but we also have a baby that we have to keep quiet. Like, because that is how you would keep a baby quiet. So I just thought that was like a weird thing that they didn't have to create, because like it's like, yeah, that could be a problem, but they created that problem. I don't know. Let's see what the chat's saying. Oh yeah. There's a lot of I still gonna call it the Addams Family chat, because I don't, what's this show called? Outer Limits? Is that what the new show's called? I'm still gonna call it the Addams Family chat. There's a lot of Sasquatch fans in the Addams Family chat. Is X here? I want to hear my co-host. He's supposed to be co-hosting. That is his photo in the thumbnail. Oh, you watch my past videos? That is so nice. Outer Limits is decent. Okay, Greg has seen it. I trust Greg's opinion. Oh, you're here. X, tell me about your dream. Did you write it down? You told me you were going to write it down so you could tell the chat. X had a really weird dream this morning. Oh, Tyr, you've seen it? Thank you. Someone responding. The chat must be on delay. I don't know. I'm going to keep watching it. Okay, you wrote it down, so tell me about it. You should call in and tell me about it, but you only want to appear in chat, so you'll have to tell me about it in chat. Oh yeah, where is Cass? She should be here. Oh, she was here earlier, so I guess she probably just had to do something. I saw her in chat earlier. Yeah, it's my 40 sub special. I can't believe I have 40 subs. That seems like too much. A lot of those subs are probably like, I think like my like high school boyfriend is subscribed to me, because this was like my channel from high school, where I didn't upload anything. Like I think my oldest video is from college, and then it's like just like baby videos of my daughter, and then a few random videos that I uploaded. So if they ever do like a sweep of like inactive subs, I'm definitely gonna lose like half my subs. But a lot of you are real now, so that's really cool. Yeah, how do people watch things and chat at the same time? Okay, so I'm gonna read X's chat. I hope you consent to that, because I'm gonna do it either way. So he says, so I was in an Indian airport with my family trying to buy ice cream, and there was hundreds of types. So this Indian man got angry at my younger sister for being slow at picking and started screaming. Wow, there's a lot of symbolism here. I'll wait till the rest to read it, I guess. Okay, then he pulled out a huge whip, whoa, and started swinging it. So I pulled out a whip as well, and I started to fight him. Then a third guy came into the fight with a whip, and it was a free-for-all. And that's it. And you've never been to India. That's a pretty weird dream. I wonder what that means. Something about not being able to pick what you want to do with your life, I guess. Because it seems like it's about having a lot of options and being slow to pick. I missed a joke. But yeah, so I watched the show, and then it made me want to watch. I was thinking about that the zombies don't seem to have a lot of motivation, because they don't really set out what's at stake if you become a zombie. Because I feel like that's in the other movies. A lot of the desperation is like, well, if you get bitten, then you become a zombie, and you can see like the people are really terrified to become a zombie. Like they really don't want that. Like they'll tell the people who are living, like if I get bit, like kill me, like don't let me become a zombie. And there isn't really that in the show. Like they're just kind of like, when people become zombies, they're like, now they're a zombie. And then so then I was thinking like, I'm guessing they tell you later, or maybe I missed it, what made the people become zombies in that show. And then it made me want to watch, is it Night of the Comet, that old 80s zombie movie with the comet? Do you guys know that movie? It's like it's very 80s. I'll explain the plot now because nobody responds to me, so I'm just gonna keep talking. So it's like about there's a girl and she works in a movie theater, and it starts with someone there's like a arcade game in the lobby at the movie theater, and someone's taken her high score and she's trying to beat the high score to get it back. And then her boyfriend is like, it's like an old movie theater, so it has like, because it's in the 80s, so it has like reels. So her boyfriend's like loaning out the reels to make copies at night and then to make money, like to like illegally make copies of them. And they end up like sleeping in the projection room, which is steel. And then there's a big comet coming, and everyone's like, there's all these comet parties happening, and like everyone's outside to watch the comet. And then her sister and her stepmom get in a fight, so the sister sleeps in like the steel shed out back because she doesn't want to be in the house. Anyway, the comet kills everyone. It's like it's supposed to be the comet that hasn't come since the dinosaurs, so it's the comet that killed the dinosaurs. It like turns them into dust, the people who are directly exposed to it, and then the people who aren't as directly exposed to it, they become zombies, and then the zombies like slowly turn into dust as they disintegrate. Okay, you've seen this movie. Good. Okay, people know this movie. Okay. And then I was like, am I just talking out of my butt? I'm pretty sure that Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the main character, like Buffy, is based on the girl in this movie. But I could be wrong. I would have to Google that. I just think that I've read that before. And then basically, like the girls, because they're in the steel, they don't get affected by the comet, so they're fine. And then there's like a guy, and he's sleeping, he's a trucker, and he sleeps in the back of his truck. And so he's living too. And then there are these scientists who like know that the comet is coming, so they have like a bunker, but for some reason they leave like the air on. So they get like mildly affected by it. So they know that they're like slowly going to turn into zombies and then into dust. So they're trying to find like a cure. Um, and then so basically the scientists like are kidnapping the survivors, and then they're trying to like, they're putting them into basically like, I don't know, they're brain dead or the comas. They're like turning them into like living zombies. That sounds like the wrong word to use. But they like basically like drill a hole in their head, so they're like on life support, and then they're just draining their blood so that they can like use it for samples. So they like intercept the girls, and then they have to defeat them. But there's like a lot of very 80s stuff in the middle of it where they're like sorry, my daughter is running around, where they're like they go to a mall and they're like trying on clothes, and there's a montage, and it's like super 80s, and it's great. It's a lot of fun. I don't remember why I started talking about this movie. No, I'm a Leo, not a Scorpio. My birthday was just in August 19th. I have the same birthday as Luna, supposedly. Is that true? Probably. I don't think that's made up, but you never know. And then I brought this up for a reason. Oh, the zombies in that movie, like if they bite you, you don't become a zombie because it's not like, or maybe you do. I don't think you really see anyone get bitten. The point is in the show, so he has like the vaccine to the zombies, right? So that's why they're trying to get him across the country. But they don't really explain like, it doesn't seem like in the old Romero films, like those are like dead people who come up, and it's like scary because it's like dead, and the scary thing is like being confronted by like someone you knew who's now dead and like decaying, and you have to see their body kind of being puppeteered around. But like in this show, it seems like all the zombies are just people who were alive. So it seems weird that there's not more of an effort to like come up with a cure, just a vaccine, that they just want to prevent it. Like, doesn't that seem strange? You want to be the first to get infected before friends and family. Probably better to switch early. It's not really zombies. It's like rabies, rage. Yeah. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. I gotta go see if my daughter is out of the shower and needs her hairbrush. Chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Tell me your favorite zombie media in the chat when I get back. I don't know why we talk about zombies so much here, but you know, it's fun. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. She is not done with her homework yet. Excuse me. I thought she was out of the shower and needed her hairbrush, but she hasn't even gotten in the shower yet. Gonna be a late night here. This is my chair. Actually, true story. We lived in this house. We don't have a lot of furniture because we don't have a lot of money. We have mostly upstairs furniture, like bedroom furniture, because that's more stuff that you need. Like we don't have a couch or TV or anything. So originally, like we've lived here. This is our third or fourth year here. I think I've owned the house for 4 years and we've lived here for 3. So the first 2 years that we were here, we didn't have a kitchen table. And my daughter has one of those like little like art tables. So it's like pink and purple and then has like little cubbies underneath. And that's what we ate at for like the first 2 years that we lived here. So, and then I got this table. So I'm very proud of my chair. So thank you for looking at it and noticing it. Are you going to bed, Tier? Good night. You're tired of zombie flicks, Dave? That's interesting. Do you watch a lot of zombies? 28 days later. I'm just reading the chat. Sorry, that's probably boring for you. Just reading what you all said. You want to be a mod? Do we need mods? Is it out of control? Or you just want the power? Okay. Nothing better than the original. What's the original? Night of the Living Dead? To you? I think isn't that like the first? I think that's the first iteration of zombies as we like know them. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. Well, I said earlier in my previous stream that my favorite one is Dawn of the Dead of the trilogy, not the remake. Okay, I'll mod you. Hang on, chill out. Okay, I'll mod you. Don't go power crazy though. I'll take it away. Okay, now you're a moderator for my channel. And I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I like the third one because I feel like it's got a more desperate feel to it. Like the first one is fun and it's introducing things, but by the third one, they get really like inventive. Like I really like there's a part in that where a guy gets his like arm bitten off and they cut it off and they cauterize the wound. And I just think that's like really smart. Like in the other movies, they're just like, oh no, what do we do? Like they don't have any like they're still trying to figure out what things are. So they're not being really inventive. Like they're just horrified. So that one's more like they're used to it and they're like trying to like problem solve. And I like that. All right, hang on. Here comes my daughter. Hold on. Give me that. Thank you. Go get in the shower. No.
Hi.
Go get in the shower. Thank
No.
you. What happened to the paper? Why is it all red?
You're right. The eraser is cut.
Please don't use those erasers. Thank you. Go get in the shower.
I want to see if anything is wrong.
I'm not going to check it right now. I'll let you know after the shower. You need to wash your hair tonight.
Hello.
Okay, please.
I'm Sammy.
Get out of here. That's my daughter. I try and keep her off the internet, but you know, only so much you can do. Look at that. Well, I don't want to like dox her school. I think it's on here, but look at this paper. This is unacceptable. How is she going to hand this in? It is so late for her. She is supposed to be in bed by 8:30, and it is 9 o'clock. I guess it's not so late, but she takes forever in the shower, so it's gonna be a long time. But Shaun of the Dead, I don't know. That's what's that director's name? He does like Baby Driver and all those movies. Um Edgar? Is his name Edgar? His first name's Edgar. Yeah, I know, but you can't read this because of the lighting, hopefully. That's why she's still wearing her. I'm not going to say it because then if you didn't notice, you wouldn't notice. My dog would never eat her homework. My dog is an Edgar Wright. My dog is an angel. He's perfect. I like Edgar Wright, but I feel like his movies either hit or they don't for me. And that one, like, it's well shot. Like all his movies are very like well orchestrated. I don't know. I think my problem with that movie is that I saw it after I'd heard so much about it. So it's like when you hear so much about it, it's like you don't really get to experience it because you already, it's just like, oh yeah, that's the thing that people find funny. Like you're not like, oh, that's funny. You know what I mean? It's like too much. Saw Clerks 3 last night. Which one is that? I love the movie Mallrats. That's like my guilty pleasure. I love that movie. That's a great movie. I've definitely seen Clerks 1. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 or 3. I've seen a lot of those movies. It is funny. I don't know. It's just not like it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Oh, The Sixth Sense. Yeah, I saw this. Okay, but I do know what you're talking about. But I saw The Sixth Sense after I don't mind spoilers. I think it's only really for comedies. Like for scary movies, I don't know. I mean, I guess I still enjoyed it because there's still like the composition and stuff like that. But like for comedy, I feel like it's got to hit, right? And like if you already know the jokes, like if you watch it now, you're just like, oh, that's the joke. I have not, well, okay, I have seen, I think Halloween is like the only scary movie franchise that I haven't seen. And the reason is because the original one is like never available anywhere. And I want to watch it. I like John Carpenter a lot. I like The Thing. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, The Thing. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And he's a lot of great movies. What's the one with the alien and he comes down and then it's Goldie Hawn's husband, Russell. What's his name? What's Goldie Hawn's husband's name? Kate Hudson's stepdad. What's his name? I gotta Google that. He's in Overboard. Do you know they remade Overboard? I just saw that the other day. Not the movie, just the fact that they remade it. And I was like, that is so wrong. Kurt Russell, that's his name. Kurt Russell, yep. Thank you, Travis. Yeah, now everyone's telling me, hey, Zahn, you made it. Welcome. Yeah, it is called The Thing. That's a great movie. I love practical effects in like horror movies. Actually, in all movies, like science fiction movies too. Nothing beats a good practical effect. Anyway, what was it? There's a John Carpenter movie with Kurt Russell where he's like an alien. It's called like Space Man, something man. What's it called? I know you guys know. You're so smart. I have like the smartest chat ever. No, I don't know any of your Swedish movies, X. Can I watch it? Is there a Swedish streaming service or do you guys just use like what we have? Sorry, I'm trying to look up what this name of this movie is. Oh, and he's Escape from New York. I guess he's in like a lot of John Carpenter movies now that I think about it. Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. Someone was just talking about that in the chat the other day. That's a great movie. Space Odyssey. That's not it, is it? He's in a lot of space movies. I wonder why that is. Hang on, now I gotta find it. These are in sequential order. It's, what is it? He's in a lot of movies. This could take a minute. Is it Star something? Starman? Star. Hang on. Stand by. These are in the 70s. This is an 80s movie. I gotta go quicker. Okay, Escape from New York, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, Backdraft. He's in a lot of movies. He's in Forrest Gump. Oh, he's the voice of Elvis Presley. Go figure. Jeff Bridges is Star. Thank you. It's Starman. That's why I was never gonna find it. It's Jeff Bridges. Doesn't he look like Kurt Russell though in that movie? That could be Kurt Russell in my memory. Damn, that is Jeff Bridges. You're so right. I was so wrong. Oh, egg all over my face. Okay, yeah, that's a really great. John Carpenter movie. I like Nightmare on Elm Street. I was watching all those because I've seen like all those movies. I don't think like I've seen bits and pieces of them, like the Chucky movies and Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, like all those like classic franchises. So last Halloween on Peacock, they had like all of them. So I was like, oh, and it was like during the pandemic, so no one was in my office. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch them like while I work because I can like listen and like my job, I can do both at the same time. So I watched like a ton of them, but they didn't have Nightmare on Elm Street was like paywall blocked. But then on YouTube, they had Nightmare on Elm Street 2 for free. So I was like, oh, I'll watch 2. What could be the big difference? And 2 is like so strange because in 2, there's like a boy and Freddy, the whole movie, Freddy just spends trying to convince him to kill for him. And I was like, I didn't know that. I was like, why is he like, it's only been one movie. Like he did one movie and then he was so exhausted. He was like, I need an intern. And then he spent the whole movie just trying to convince this kid to kill for him. And then I was like, does he do this in other movies? Is this like a thing? And he doesn't, because now I've watched them since subsequently, not important. And he doesn't do that in any other movies. So I don't know why in the second one, he was just like, I need someone else to do all the killing for me. And that's what he does. He spends the whole movie just trying to convince this kid to do it for him. I like the kid, though. He's pretty good. It's very 80s. God, Bel Air on Peacock. I haven't watched it, but everyone says that you have to, the Bel Air one. I did see, I remember when they made, because the show was made because they made that YouTube like trailer for the show, and it was like a fake trailer. And then Will Smith saw it and he wanted to make the movies, or he wanted to make the show. And then they got like the guy who made the YouTube video. But I remember when the YouTube video came out and I was like, oh, that's really smart. And then I never watched the show. I don't know why. I'm bad at watching shows. Yeah, okay. It is worth watching. I gotta watch it. Is it still free on Peacock? I like Peacock because it's like Hulu used to be like that, where they have like some stuff is pay blocked, but you can also watch stuff for free. I think that's how all streaming should be. Actually, I think Netflix is thinking about doing it that way. They said that they're going to have some like free content. Yeah. Well, now I got to watch everything you guys recommend to me. Oh, you have Premiere. I just use it for free. Like Tubi is free. I like free things. We have Netflix and Disney Plus. I don't actually pay for either of them. They're my parents' accounts. So I guess I don't technically pay for any streaming services now that I think about it. But Ghost Dog. What is that? Is that a movie or a show? Oh, anyway, I used to have Hulu, but when I was in college, Hulu was out, and it was the same thing where it was like if you wanted to watch old episodes, you could for free, but then the new ones were pay locked for like a week or two. So you had to wait like 2 weeks to watch the newest episode. You couldn't watch it when it was new without paying for it. And I thought that was great. And then they had then they just changed it, and I resent having to pay for something that I once got for free. That just doesn't seem fair. But if you don't pay for Hulu and you have like you once had an account, every like 6 months they'll send you a 1 month free trial. And so like every like 6 months I'll get Hulu and I'll make, so like in the meantime I make a list of like things I want to watch on Hulu, and then when I get the free trial I watch like 24, I like binge it, and I like watch nothing else. I just watch Hulu for like an entire month, and then it runs out, and it's great. So I got to make a list of like things, because Hulu has like all the movies. It's basically like Amazon. Oh, we have Amazon. My mom has that. Amazon Prime. So those are the 3 that we have. But I always forget that we have it, because I just was like, once we wanted to watch E.T. and it was on there. And then I texted my mom and she was like, oh yeah, you can use the account. But I don't have like my own profile, so I always forget to use it. And it used to have Star Trek on it, but then they got rid of it. There's 9 people here. That's crazy. That is so cool. I'm so glad you guys are here. I hope you're having fun. Is there anything else you just want to talk about? Oh no, it says my internet is unstable, but I'm connected, so it should come back up. So hold on. I think the 10th person might be me. Okay, it looks stable. Hang on, I gotta brush my daughter's hair. So hang on 1 second. Do you know where it is? Sorry. Okay, you guys are still here. Oh, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That one I never saw. That one doesn't really interest me. It doesn't have like the same. Is it good? I don't know. I like the concept of the other ones more. I feel like they're more ingrained in our culture. Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't really. Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen all of them. Only really good one. I've never seen Scream. I want to watch that one. I haven't seen a lot of things. Well, I've definitely not seen more movies than I have, because there are like a million movies out there. Candyman, the new one or the old one? Oh, you said modern movies, so I'm guessing the new one. Oh, and you just said you like the 2011 version. It's on delay. Oh no, Zon, why would you do that? Dang it. We can't take you anywhere, Zon. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh yeah. So I wanted to talk about the change. What did you guys think? As a lot of you, Dave, you were in the chat a really long time. Was it something before the Addams Family? Is that normal that it just changed like that? Hang on, I'm going to move my computer so it has better internet, and it's going to be shaky. So just hang on. It's probably already pretty shaky. My daughter is not going to go to bed as long as I'm down here talking. I can tell you that much. That's okay. We only have a couple more minutes. We have like 15 more minutes to talk. Yeah, because that's what I thought based on what people said, that it had been running for like a couple months. So that's crazy that they changed it. Why would they do such a thing? And so close to Halloween, you'd think they'd want to keep it up. I'm going to tell my story of where I was when the change happened. And I want you all in the chat to tell where you were and how you experienced it, since it was probably such a momentous day and one that we will never forget. I'll tell you where I was. I was washing my hair, and then I got out of the shower, and then I was going to put like product in my hair. I don't know if any of you have curly hair, but it takes a while to wash your hair. You got to wash it, and then you got to put stuff in it, and then you got to scrunch it, and then you got to like let it dry, and it's a whole process. It takes a long time. Anyway, so I was like in between. So I was like in my towel, and I got out to like grab something, and I had my phone, and I was like, oh, I'll check it. And then I had a notification, and it was from X commenting on my video being like, the stream is down. You have to go live. And I was like, what? The stream is down. And then I was like, oh no, should I get out of the shower? Should I start what should I do? And then I was like, no, everyone will be okay. They know where your channel is. They can talk in the comments. So just finish your hair and then check and see how things are. And then by the time that I was like done, the new stream was up. And then everyone was like, seemed to have found their way. So I was like, oh, phew, good. Because I had like a million things to do that day. So I really couldn't do a last minute stream. But next time, if it ever changes, I'll be ready. Oh, hey, Chris, how's it going? Welcome. But I don't even know what the Outer Limits is. I've never heard of that before. And I think that's crazy. And I don't think it gets as many views as the Addams Family. I wonder why they changed it. For the first stream? No. Wait, for what? I don't know what you're saying. That's what it seems like a Twilight Zone type thing. I asked Joe, and he said that it was like each episode is a different story, that it's not like the serialized where it's like the same characters over and over again. Okay, a lot of people are now. Okay, the first like 2 hours after they changed over, it was like so nice though, the chat, because it was only like basically like the people who are here and plus like a few others. And it was so nice. And it was just like chill. None of the trolls had found it. There were no bots. It was really cool. It was just like X. Where's Caroline? I just realized she's not here. You were getting treats for your dog when the change happened? Man, you had such a high and then such a low. That's so sad. Hey, Jade's here. How's it going, girl? Caroline got food poisoning? Oh my goodness. Well, Caroline, if you're watching this on the replay or ever, or next time I talk to you, I hope that you're feeling better. That sucks. I've never gotten food poisoning. I have a very strong stomach, but I hear terrible things about it. They should switch back to the Addams Family. I wonder if we could if there's somewhere we could email and complain. That's crazy. Caroline needs better health care. I feel like maybe it's just because she was sick when I met her. Like when she first came to the chat, I think she came because she was sick and she was in bed and didn't have anything else to do. So that's like how I remember her introduction. So now I feel like she's always sick. Or she was just sick. I want her to feel better. That's so sad. Being sick is the worst. My dad just got COVID. Isn't that terrible? I feel like it's not even trendy anymore. So like, what's the point? But hopefully he'll be better soon. Your cat is sneezing. That sounds adorable. Yeah, well, quarter pounders are really salty, so they will make you feel bloated. Oh, yes, bless you to your cat. It's very polite, Dave. I should have thought of that. Parents are always out of the loop. Yeah, well, Hopefully he'll be okay. He was just going through like he had chemo, so he had to like get all his childhood vaccinations again because it takes away all your immunity. So he had really low immunity, but he was on the like up and up. So hopefully he'll be okay. He had to go to the hospital the other night and get like some kind of infusion or something. But my mom seems to think that he'll be fine because my daughter's birthday is coming up and we're supposed to go to their house. And I was like, oh, should we cancel? And she was like, no, he'll be fine. So I trust her judgment. She's been married to him for like ever. So she would know better than me. I mean, to be fair, I have known him my whole life and she hasn't known him her entire life. So, but still, they spend more time together. Oh my God. Kane is here. Oh my Kane. Kane, welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh, our Lord and Savior, Kane is here. Everybody, hail Kane. Woo. Oh yeah, and I thought of the I was gonna for the stream, I was like, because you X were saying that you were like thinking of a way to like stay, and I was gonna be like, oh, we now interrupt your regularly scheduled Addams Family. And then I was like, oh, but it's not the Addams Family anymore. And then I was like, couldn't remember Outer Limits. So at the end of the stream, I could be like, oh, we now return you to your regularly scheduled Addams Family. But now it doesn't even work anymore. So now I got to come up with a new tagline. Oh, Cain, Jade, do not talk poorly about our Lord. Although he is very understanding, so you don't have to worry about his wrath. He only wants the best for us mortals. Yeah, COVID is terrible. I only hear bad things. But hopefully he'll get better. Back after this crap. Yeah, you guys have to cyberbully X. He's supposed to be co-hosting. Don't you want him to call in and co-host on the next stream? Yes, Kane, please send blessings to my father so that he can get better. I know that would be great. Was there a vampire guy earlier? Kane, I have to admit, I've read all your works and I am a big fan, and I didn't even know you were a vampire. Somebody had to tell me that. Kane likes everyone. He doesn't judge. He accepts us for our flaws. He's a wonderful Lord. And I feel better every day knowing that he's out there. All right. We don't want to talk too much religion on my stream, though. We want to keep it light. Does anyone have any topics that they want to talk about before we go? Because we have like 10 more minutes, and then I got to go strong arm my daughter into going to bed and be like, go to bed. That's my parenting. That's how I parent. I'm a really good mom, in case you didn't know. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to do to all of you when I leave the chat. I'm going to be like, go to bed. That's my stern look. That's my Paddington stare. And I got to check this math homework. Also, my internet keeps threatening to go out, and I don't want that. Grease paint and monkey brains, is that what you want to talk about? Or is that in response to something else? Yeah, we mostly talked about zombies and how grateful I am for you all subscribing. And I told Z that I watched his show and what I thought of it. And I showed the emergency thumbnail. And I talked about Sasquatches. We talked about everything on my list and X's dream, except for I was going to talk about some YouTube drama. Just if you guys had no topics. I was just going to tell you. Yeah, about Deaf Noodles. That's a really long story, though. Do you guys put a one in the chat? Do you know who Deaf Noodles is? It has absolutely nothing to do with actual noodles. I wish it did. That would be more interesting. Do you want to just talk about regular noodles? It's just stupid YouTube commentary drama. Oh, Chris knows who it is. See, there you go. there's just a lot of drama with it. And I was watching a lot of videos. So I was like, oh, I'll talk about that if nobody has any topics. But I don't know that you guys would be interested in that. I'll give you a brief summary. Basically, he's like a YouTuber. And then he had a show where he used to do like online news, just like talking about like YouTube news and YouTube drama. And it was just like it was pretty bad. Yes, Jade knows. Oh, hang on, I have a message. Oh, it's my friend who's coming to the chat. Hang on. Anyway, I see if you're watching. I see your message and I can't read and double task. Anyway, so yeah, Jade knows. So he was like, he had this channel, but then he was like, oh, I'm just playing a character. That's not really who I am, basically. And he claimed to be, he says he's a comedian. He's never said anything that's made me laugh. Basically, so now he's like thrown out his channel. He's doing these like really cringy live streams where they're like roast battles and they're like so awkward and terrible and amazing to watch, and it's like a train wreck and you can't look away from it. And he's like super irritating though. He had a Twitter space that was like 6 hours long, and I talked to him in the Twitter space, and normally when you talk to people, it like humanizes them and it makes you like them more. After I talked to him, I was like, you are a very frustrating person and I don't like you. So yeah, he says he's a comedian. I don't think he is. I mean, I guess he's a comedian. He identifies as a comedian, and I can respect that. But oh, Val, you're here! Yay! But he's never told a funny joke. And then he also, so he had this thing on Twitter. So do you guys know who Keemstar is? You probably know who Keemstar is, right? Like Drama Alert. Well, okay. So if you don't know who Keemstar is, he's like older. He's probably like closer to my age. He's not that old. Maybe he's like 40. And then nope, nobody knows who he is. Okay. He's like kind of a troll, and he also has like a YouTube, like a drama news type show. And so I guess like 2 years ago, there's this beauty influencer named James Charles, and he has a lot of allegations about like Snapchatting like minors, kind of. So Def Noodles was like reporting on them, and like anytime that anyone would post, it was kind of a meme that he was like chatting these minors, like he allegedly really was. But then like people were making TikToks and things that were joking about it, being like, oh, I'm a victim, and they were like photoshopping stuff. And anytime that anyone would write anything, Def Noodles would report it like it was a serious allegation, like without looking into it. And there was even one that said like hashtag meme, hashtag joke, like hashtag not for real, and he reported it like it was serious. So then Keemstar made like a joke tweet reporting in the way that Def Noodles does, being like, oh, there's alleged like grooming allegations against Def Noodles. And so he's suing Keemstar for that tweet, like full on, like really suing him. Like it's a lawsuit, like in court right now, saying that he is, yes, James Charles is a gaslighting groom, allegedly. I don't want to get come for, but that's what the evidence would seem to suggest. No one really cares about James Charles in this story. It was just that he was like, you kind of have to do a little research when you're handling such a serious topic, and he just wasn't doing any of it. And then his excuse when people would call him out would be, he'd be like, oh, I'm not a real news station. I'm just a comedian. It's just a joke. And it was like, but like BuzzFeed and like real articles were like reporting with his, and they were like citing him as a source in his tweets. So now he's suing him because he's like, oh, people didn't know that it was a joke, and he accused me of being a pedo, but like, well, or a groomer, I guess. But then his tweet that he's being sued over was literally just like a parody of Def Noodle's own tweet where he was accusing James Charles. And then anyway, flash forward, this was like a year ago that this happened, although the lawsuit is happening now. And then just, okay, bye, Dave. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I'm so glad that you were able to come. And I hope you had fun. Anyway, I totally forgot. Oh, so the point was, so then just this past year, there's another YouTuber. These YouTubers aren't important. You don't need to know who they are. Not to say they're not important, like to talk down to them. I mean, they're just not important for this story because I know you guys don't really care that much about the drama. I'm just giving a brief summary because I mentioned it before and Zahn. I think it's just because his name is Noodles and it's funny. So she was like, what the hell are you talking about? So now I'm telling you quickly before I go. Anyway, so then there's another YouTuber. His name is Papa Gut. And then him and Dennis had like a debate. And Dennis is Def Noodle's real name. So that's just Def Noodles. Him and Def Noodles. You don't know Greg? Greg is awesome. They had a debate and then he lost. So he was like angry about it. So he made tweets like making fun of Papa Gut and being like, this guy looks like a pedo. And like, saying that like he got famous for joking about having sex with 14-year-old girls on TikTok, which was like not true. It was taken out of context. But anyway, but everyone was just like, what the hell are you doing? You're literally suing a guy right now for tweeting about that stuff. But he was like, oh, but I'm a comedian and the other guy isn't a comedian. And it's like, everyone's a comedian on Twitter, okay? Like nobody takes anything that anyone tweets seriously. Like the president used to tweet about like bombing places and we'd be like, oh, that's so funny. Trump's like trolling on Twitter. Like we were in like, oh, we're going to war. That was a weird time though, right? That was kind of scary. I'm glad that's over. I really didn't enjoy that. Anyway, that's what the Def Noodles drama is about. So if you ever catch one of his comedy roasts, I actually wouldn't recommend watching the actual roast because they're pretty boring, but there's a lot of like stream reactions to it or stream snipes and they're great. What's your Twitter, Val? Anyway, that was everything on my docket. And it has been about an hour. We'll do like 5 more minutes because I know I was late. So if there's anything else that anyone wants to talk about. Oh, and it seems like you guys have other streams to get to. I have Insta, but I never use it. I have Instagram and Twitter, but they're mostly like, well, my Instagram is just like photos of my daughter. So and my Twitter is mostly mom tweets. I think my Twitter is linked on my YouTube. I can put it in the chat. I actually don't know what it is because I changed it. I think it's like it is, I'll put it in the chat. Because if I say it's Baby Blum's mom. My Twitter's pretty boring though, so don't get too excited. I mean, I guess if you find this entertaining, you might find my Twitter entertaining. I don't think either is particularly entertaining, but I appreciate that you guys like it. That's my Twitter. I don't condone violence either. Oh my God. So then I'll finish this story and then we can go. To sum it up, so last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess last weekend, so his whole thing was like, Def Noodles, he was like, oh, everyone acts so tough on Twitter, but no one will come and like fight with me in person. So then he was like, oh, come to my roast, come to LA and roast me in person or whatever. So then this guy who's also like kind of a YouTube troll, but he's actually like pretty funny, unlike Def Noodles. I actually find him amusing. So his name is Salvo Pancakes. So he flew out, and then what happened is he also bought like all the seats. So he has this comedy club. It's not really a club. It's like a room. It's like, it used to be a store, like a shopping store, like a clothing store, retail store. That's the word I'm looking for, a retail store. And then he just converted it into like a comedy club. It's like the jankiest thing. It's just like 10 folding chairs. So he bought like the tickets Salvo bought all the tickets, so then everyone in the crowd was like for him. So like whenever Def would like talk, they just like at the beginning of the show, he's like, "Hey, what's up? Who's ready for comedy?" Like trying to do some crowd work, and they're just like all completely silent. Nobody. He's like, "Make some noise," and it's just like crickets. It's like really awkward. And then like they're supposed to like roast each other. That was the whole thing. He was like invited there to roast him, and he like didn't roast him at all, shoved him off the stage. Yeah, he like got up on the stage at one point and he shoved him off the stage into the crowd, which is like really dangerous for your crowd too. Yeah, noodles, pancakes. It's a lot of food names. Maybe I should have food in my name. Anyway, that was all I recommend watching not those streams, but if you watch like a commentary stream on them, they're pretty funny. Because the shows are like, there's no jokes. They're so cringe. It's like the most cringe you've ever seen. Layla Cookie. I don't know about that one. So to answer your questions we talked about Sasquatches. This was on my docket. It was Sasquatches, the Def Noodles drama, the change / the emergency thumbnail, X's dreams, 40 subs, and that I watched the zombie show that Z recommended. No, X told us about his dream. His dream was that he was in an airport in India and they were trying to order ice cream, but there was like a million flavors. And his little sister, couldn't decide what kind of flavor she wanted. And then this Indian guy got really mad at them because they were holding up the line. And then the Indian guy took out a whip and started fighting them. And then X took out a whip and he started fighting the other guy. And I think that was it. Then he woke up. I held up the thumbnail. If you go back in the stream, I can hold it up again. I just held it up on my phone. I'll hold it up again. Let me see if I can get it to work. It wasn't very good. I need to get like an app so I can like screen share with you and like actually do things. It's got a glare. Can you see it? Oh, you can see my tabs reflected in it. Good thing I don't have anything open. Scandalous. You can't really see it because of the reflection. Can you see it? This is really ratchet. We got to get a better system. Okay, well, you saw it. You were here earlier when you saw it. Zong said she didn't see it because she was late. But you can go back and watch the replay after. It'll post. Scandalous. Yeah, the only thing on my stream is this chat and then my list with my topics, which I literally just read out loud, so hardly an expose. I can't screen share because you need like a third party. Like I need like, I don't think I can screen share, can I? Because I'm just using the webcam in my Mac. Oh, I forgot you weren't here in the beginning. Yeah, I think I got it better in the replay. Okay. Well, I have got to go to bed. Tomorrow at work, I'm doing something new, which I'm kind of excited about. So it's like a project that I'm a part of, which I've not done at this job before. And I want to do really well because it's like a small project. And when I volunteered for it, I was like, oh, that'll be fun. But then like my boss's boss is like in charge of this. So he's like like if we do something really wrong, we get an email from him and that's the only time we hear from him. So now I get emails from him about this project and I always get really nervous every time I get one of his emails because I'm like, oh my God, I did something really wrong that he's emailing me. No, I can't stream forever. Well, first of all, my internet and the topic keeps saying that my connection is unstable and I'm afraid it's gonna die. But also I have to go to bed because I have to get up at 5:30. I mean, I have to get up at 5:30 every morning. So that's not like special, but still, I do have to get up at 5:30. that's what time I have to get up to. Oh, the project, it's I don't really know. Well, that's the problem is so I'm not really prepared for it. It's like it's basically we just got permission to stream. We always do like the NFL games, but we didn't used to have permission to do the post and the pregame, and we just got permission for that. So now we also got more content, and they're putting it basically during the pandemic. We switched over to a lot more app use than radio because people weren't in their car as much during the pandemic, but they were in their homes more. So basically, it's just putting content from the NFL onto the app. That's about it. But if I do well, I could impress my boss's boss. So that would be good because I would to get more hours and more money. That would be good for my life in general. To have more money, I think that would improve my life. I'm just saying. Who knows? I've never had more money, so maybe I'm wrong, but I would like to find out. Yeah, X is my co-host, and he needs to be here next time co-hosting because I'm really like shouldering most of it. He's just, I mean, his face is what's bringing you into the stream since that is him pictured in the thumbnail. But that is crazy. I definitely noticed the pandemic because I was locked inside with my kid for an entire year. And that was a lot. God love her. Kane, love her. I do love her, but it's a lot to be inside with your kid all the time. It definitely graded my dog a lot. Oh, you're very easy to be nice to more. And one day I really want pineapple ice cream. Now you maybe really want it. Yeah, it probably does plateau, but like if this is the slope, I'm like here. So I'd like to like get a little higher up and then like maybe I'd be happy. Like maybe I could buy a couch. That would be exciting. I don't think my dog did love the pandemic because I think it stressed him out a lot being home with my daughter all the time. He got really gray during the pandemic. Well, I'm vaccinated, fully vaccinated, mostly for my dad because, you know, he was, as I said, going through chemo and had no immunity. So I really had to get vaccinated if I wanted to go see him. Yeah, a lot more pet adoptions, but then people were getting rid of the pets afterwards. So that's not good. Oh, thank you, Al. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I won't drag it on too much longer. It's been an hour. But I can't believe there's like 11 people in here. That is crazy. And I'm so glad that you guys came and I hope you had fun. And we'll now return you to your regularly scheduled Outer Limits. That's the name of the show, right? Outer Limits? Okay. I gotta go check this math homework so I can go to bed and I gotta make lunch. I gotta pack lunch. Okay, you added me on Twitter. I will add you back. I'm so glad that we got to see a lot of you sub and more. I'm so glad that you made it. I don't know where Cass went, but hopefully we'll see her again. And thank you so much. Oh, and Jason, thank you for being here. Thank you, all of you. Stu, Tier, I think he left, but I'm so glad he was here. Good night, you guys. You have a good night, and I'll see you in the other chat. And thank you so much for coming out again. And bye.